pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of minutes, September 15, 2025, open session. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None. Motion passes. September 15, 2025, closed session. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? None. Motion passes. Oh, that's right. Roll call, please. Moving along.
Mr. Badano.
Here.
Ms. Brodsky.
Here.
Ms. Margolis.
Here.
Ms. Marsh.
Here.
Mr. Pollak.
Here.
Mr. Stern.
Present.
Mayor Reddick.
Here. Okay, motion to open to the public for public comment, 3 minutes per speaker.
Motion.
Second,
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None. Motion passes. Anybody who'd like to speak on any topic, not just Wycliffe Lake, anything you want to speak about, just step up to the mic. State your name and the town you're from. Come on up.
Mayor and council,
Mhm.
sit or stand.
whatever you'd like.
Thank you. Very intimate city. My name is Mark Savastano. I'm here from Allendale. And I'm here to speak about our green team. I tried contacting somebody from Borough Hall here if there was an environmental commissioner or a green team, and I found that you didn't have any. I also belong to the Bergen Hub, where we promote recycling of items. I apologize. In Allendale, we focus on promoting the recycling of items that are not collected curbside. And one of the things that we focus on is EPS packing foam, otherwise known as styrofoam. And we look to coordinate with other municipalities to participate in our collections. So I wanted to propose to the residents of Woodcliff Lake if they would like either to create a green team or just to participate with us. And we'd be happy to host one here in Woodcliff Lake to start the process. We've done that in other municipalities. We've coordinated with Waldwick and Ramsey and Upper Saddle River, and we'd like to promote that coordination with Woodcliff Lake as well. Some other things that we collect, and I have a flyer that I'd like to share with you, Mayor. Well, something that people don't realize is recyclable are holiday light strings. And that's part of electronics recycling. And last year we collected 800 pounds of strings. And what we did was we brought it to a local recycler. We received some cash for that and we put it into a fund that helps to fund our green team. We also host a Earth Day event in town. And last year we diverted 8.5 tons of material from the landfills by collecting different materials that people don't realize are recyclable. So I would like to make Woodcliff Lake residents aware of our activities, hopefully promote them to join the Bergen Hub and Sustainable Jersey, and also to team up with the Allendale Green Team. So I have some contact information here, if you would be willing to share that with your residents, and also some questions on that two-sided piece of paper.
We used to have a green team.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of them has always been volunteers.
Yes, well, I can vouch for that. I'm the chairman of the green team in Allendale, and
So
It's
the
tough.
Green Committee works overtime and.
yes,
Green stuff.
well, we'd be happy to work with you to help promote it and, help you devise ways to get the public interested and also to have them join a green team and join in our efforts.
May I ask you a question? When you collect all these things, how do they get disposed? Like, what happens to them? Do you bring them somewhere, or is it then up to the DPW department to bring
No,
them somewhere?
everything that we do is funded through our own efforts and our volunteers. One of the things that we state all the time to the residents is we cost the borough $0.00 every month that we host the collection. Everything that we collect, we bring to a collection site.
Do you take it to Richfield Park? Richfield Park site?
We were taking it to Ridgefield Park, but that became a burden, so now we're bringing it to Ridgewood. they have them.
Because I know there was
Yeah.
a couple that.
We pay $5 per 100-gallon bag of foam for the EPS. The other things I personally find collectors and distribute them to the specific recycling centers.
The lights are interesting. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the lights are interesting because we collect all electronics, you know.
Yes.
TVs and all that, but I don't believe we do the lights. I'll double check on that. So that.
And people don't realize that
Right, no.
anything with a cord is considered electronics and it's recyclable. So the quantity is amazing when
Yeah,
people
right.
every year,
I'm
a few
sorry.
lights go out and they just throw them in the garbage. So
I think they
what
make them that way, that they go out
Yeah.
1 year.
I think we have some of our own, I have to say.
So what I keep reminding the council in Allendale is that every time we save a ton, we save $85 for the
Yeah.
council. And plus the tipping fees when you get to the dump in addition for every truck.
You should have opened with that. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's something that people don't realize, and that's how I sell it to the public as well.
Great.
Your participation not only helps, the environment, but it helps the bottom line budget of the municipality.
Amazing.
Very good.
Yes. So,
Thanks for
Again,
bringing it to our attention.
yeah, we'd be happy to work with you in any way. And hopefully you can steer the right people to that Allendale Green Team at gmail.com. And we're happy
Thank
to
you.
help you out.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very good. I like those type of questions. Anyone else? Come on up.
Would you like some fries with that order?
Yeah.
I know that next week we're going to start
Your
talking.
name and town?
My name is Gail Losek, and I live in Wycliffe Lake, and I actually live across from that monstrosity formerly known as Wycliffe Manor. And I'm looking forward to next week's discussion, and I'm sure it will be very, very lively. I just want to
Planning
note
board.
that
You're
I,
talking about with the.
The planning board.
Planning board, okay.
yeah.
Or the land use board
Oh, okay.
Throughout the year, I've called several times to make a complaint and no one's ever called me back. And I guess my big question is this: why isn't there any email, or is there email that we can email somebody instead of calling and leaving messages? I'm sorry?
You can always email properly.
Or me, ma'am, I'm the borough administrator, but who have you left a message with? Because
No,
not with me, I can tell you that, because I return every call.
it was somebody in the building department.
All right, well, I'm gonna give you. I'll run out and get you my card and I'll give it to you before you leave.
Yeah,
You can always email me. If I can't answer the question, I'll find someone, get it to the right department. And, at the very least, we do return calls. We try to answer as much as we can.
Mhm.
As you know, this is a project that's coming in front of the land use board. Now, that's a quasi separate board. Like, I can't tell them what to do. They have their own structure, but we can certainly get the information to them and any questions that you may have.
okay, and it's just for the record, I have a bird's eye view of that building. And I see what's going on day and night. I mean, they're using those dumpsters for debris other than that property. They're opening up and taking debris in, and they have 2 big dumpsters back there. And that's one of the things I called about, and no one ever returned my call.
All right, well, we'll have somebody look into that also, but it is their dumpster, so, they could, I hate to say it, they could bring stuff from their house and throw it in there.
so
We're
that's
not
allowed.
we're not picking those dumpsters up. That's
Okay,
something that-
no, I didn't expect you to, but I didn't realize that they can use it for just
Well,
anything.
it's their dumpster. It's my understanding, but I'll double check on that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? None? Okay. Motion to close to the public?
I motion. I'll second. Hey,
All in favor?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any opposed? None, motion passes. Proclamations. First proclamation is for a very special person, former borough employee. I'd just like to read the proclamation into the record for Italian American Month. On Italian American Month, the proclamation reads, As in 1891, 11 Italian Americans were murdered in one of the largest mass lynchings in our national history. In the wake of this horrific attack, President Benjamin Harrison established Columbus Day in 1892. For so many people across our country, that first Columbus Day was a way to honor the lives that had been lost and to celebrate the hope, possibilities, and integrity of Italian Americans have contributed to our country since before the birth of our republic. Whereas more than a century later, we mark Columbus Day with that purpose, celebrating the heritage of Italian Americans whose hands helped build our nation and whose hearts have always carried the faith of the American dream. And whereas Italian Americans are educators, service members, doctors, engineers, artists, governmental officials, and leaders and innovators in every field, the Italian American community is also a source of strength for our nation and enduring relationship with Italy. And whereas we must recognize that Italian Americans are the source of strength in our country, unforsakable alliance, strategic partnership, and deep friendship with Italy. The ties between our countries are founded on our shared values and principles of democracy, freedom, and respect for human rights. Now, therefore, I, Carlos Rendo, do hereby proclaim October 13th, 2025 as Columbus Day and honor Paul Bechtel as Italian American of the Year. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank everyone for the proclamation. I'm truly shocked. It's a great experience, receiving the proclamation, and I will keep it dear to my heart, and I'll try to keep up the Italian American heritage. Thank you. And I just want to say, I mean, I can't think of anyone who's more deserving than Paul taking this award. He lived in town for 50+ years. He was a local bar owner who's got stories about town that nobody else has. You know, several of the Yankees used to, visit his establishment. He's a former drinking buddy of George Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
And he is a local legend, and we're so happy to have with Paul. Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you. All right, next proclamation. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's 2 pages. But I'd like to honor the Indian American community of Woodcliff Lake for Diwali. So congratulations to the Indian American community and for all your efforts and recognition over the years, your contributions to this nation and to the borough of Woodcliff Lake. So congratulations to the Indian American community. Okay. Also like to recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Indigenous Peoples Month. That's the month of October, busy month in October. Oh, you guys can stay or do you go on? Okay, that's fine. Mayor's report.
But Paul's having a party with him.
Yeah, Paulie's having a party. Pizza at Paulie's.
Beer.
Pizza and beer.
That's wine. It's wine. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
I'll give you a buzz. Let me talk to
Okay,
council
awesome. What's
people
your
in my
assignment?
I live in Upper Saddle, so I know you work with Jay Perez over there.
Yes.
So I'm very much.
Thank you.
Are you at Hills? Oh, no, I protect you.
She has to attend a council meeting and see what's being worked on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, take a picture with us, all right?
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank God you don't take a picture of the audience.
Because you should have taken a picture before he.
No. Say catch a moment, but yeah.
What, where are you?
That's awesome. Welcome.
You're welcome.
I love that assignment.
Do you
Okay,
live in town? Is that-
Yeah, she said her own town council. Yeah, she-
Oh, I didn't hear that part. They were told me.
yeah. All right, mayor's report. October was, Wellness Month in Woodcliff Lake, and I had the honor of walking around our park for a mile. Trying to lose some weight, so thanks to everyone who showed up, and joining me on the mayor's walk. And that's all I have to report, because I know, Councilwoman Brodsky will probably report on more of the activities during the month of October. So I'm gonna move on to council reports. Councilwoman Marsh.
Thank you. Our land use board meeting is next. We will be discussing, two properties on Prospect. One is a subdivision, but the other is 25 Prospect, which is the Woodland Manor. Now, all of the paper is up on our website, for anyone who's listening. You would go to our website, boards and commissions, click on the land use board, and if you scroll down, 25 Prospect, the manor is under land use board applications. You can click it and it'll take you to all of the information that we have received from them. All of the plans, the proposals, the paperwork, everything is there. So it's very helpful to look at it before you come to our meeting on Tuesday if you have any comments or concerns about it. You can also always email us and reach out. I know I've heard a few comments about concern with the outdoor seating and noise. So residents should always feel free to share those. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Pollock.
A couple updates from my side, as you've seen on the borough, social media sites, and website. There is a bunch of infrastructure improvements going on right now throughout the borough, most notably at the train station. The north lot, which comprises the upper and lower lots that we reported on in previous months, that project has now begun. Expected to be closed through the balance of the year. The lots that people can park at have been posted online. That includes the lot in Montvale behind 7-Eleven. They continue to use the south lot here in Woodcliff Lake. Those who haven't passed can also use Borough Hall here, or the church, or the Apostolic Church across the street from us, or on the south side of Highview. So a couple options. Hillsdale has a paid lot as well, and same too with Park Ridge. On the weekend, what is it, November 7th?
Yeah,
I believe.
November 7th.
We'll be closing the railroad crossing to finally replace some of the potholes and issues we have crossing. The signals will be replaced as well. We'll be starting paving or repaving project in the next later this week, I should say, and starting on Friday and going through the next week. That will include West Hill Road, Brookview, Stephen Court, and Lyons Court. Okay, very good. And not to be outdone, we will also be doing work for the next couple of weeks on Weramis at the Weramis pump station. That
Under more
project's
than a couple weeks.
couple weeks.
More than that, yeah.
So
Starting that's starting the 27th.
and that's still a holdover from Sandy, I believe. So that's been a long time coming. Sorry. The last thing I just wanted to note is comment from the police department. We did the police liaisons, the mayor just concluded the lieutenant interviews, so we should be making some announcements later this year, both sergeant and lieutenant promotions. We continue to work with the PBA on their contract renewal, and we'll please see that to resolution in the not too distant future. Lastly, I just want to thank and congratulate, or want to thank the Woodcliff Lake Police Department. There were several incidents over the past month. It was a pretty active October for the Woodcliff Lake Police Department. I just want to thank them for the professionalism in handling all sorts of different types of incidents, whether it's responding to mental health crisis or responding earlier today, it was on the news. We had a resident in town who was bitten by a coyote. Was on Channel 7 and doing some other outlets picked it up. We are hearing the resident is okay. New Jersey Fish and Wildlife, we're out looking for the coyote and we'll continue to track that and keep the public aware. That does it for myself.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Bonanno?
I'm good. Actually, the only thing I want to say, the seniors are having their holiday party on
Mhm.
December 4th.
they are.
Yeah, people should sign up for that. I know some people have already signed up. We're looking forward to that. And that's it.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Zaratsky?
Yes, so the Shade Tree Committee along with the New Jersey Tree Foundation just planted 27 trees
Wow.
in the borough for residents, 8 of which came from the tree farm.
Wow.
So now there's all the discussion about, replacing the 8 trees and keeping the tree farm going. The communication and effort to continue improving how we communicate with the residents. The Park and Rec Committee is looking into the ability of adding some freestanding message board at the park and possibly a second location once all the construction's done at the train station. That might be a good location where it's highly trafficked. Just another way to push out the communication to the residents. Park and Rec, just the Wooddale Park update. I know it's a county park, but there has been some information how the playground has been in disarray and unusable. And since we don't really have a park like that in our own town, clearly residents use that. Reached out to the county, we were notified that a new playground will be in place sometime in November. The reservoir cleanup is pushed off to the spring due to the train station construction. I want to thank resident Josh Schneider, who runs the Rec and Travel soccer programs, for generously donating to the Recreation Trust Fund. Sunday, October 26th is our Halloween parade at Woodcliff Park at 3 p.m. It's our first annual Halloween parade at the park. Everyone is invited to come and dress up. And then just to touch on some of the October events. So sometimes we use attendance to sort of gauge if an event is successful or not. We look at Oktoberfest and say, wow, that was a great event. This month we tried something new, running a series of events on health and wellness, something that is important to each of us, no matter what age you are. While attendance was not what we had hoped for or anticipated, nor did it equal the effort to put into it, I'm not sure you can apply the same gauge of success as we do for Oktoberfest. The presenters and content of what they presented was terrific, and I'd like to thank all those who participated, as most were our very own Woodcliff Lake residents. If any of the activities held or those who presented last week helped one person make a valuable decision towards a healthier lifestyle, then that's success. Improving one's health is a long game, and to think that failure or success can come from just based on just one try, that's just wrong. We'll be launching the official Mayor's Wellness Campaign next year. It's formalizing the health and wellness campaign through the county. And we look to continue this health and wellness initiative to support our residents towards healthier lifestyle decisions. How we do it may look different, but we will continue the initiative. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I guess I'll be walking some more next year. Councilwoman Margolis.
So DPW leaf pickup has begun. They've already picked up from the town twice. As people know who live around the school, they do spend a lot of time around the school to make sure it is safe, both during pickup and drop off. I think they're doing an amazing job. The leaves are falling later, so they're falling now a little faster. So they're working on it, and of course, for Halloween, they will make sure that they have gotten around the area that most people trick or treat in. They're working on the schedules for 2026, and they will be coming out hopefully soon. And also, I would like to thank DPW that we had the DPW committee had reached out to DPW at our last meeting to talk to them about a section of the sidewalk on Broadway that was in very big disarray. And I didn't even know that they did it until I ran on it again the other day, and they did an amazing job to try and take out the really bad parts and fill in where they need it. So they owe a deep gratitude of gratitude. This is what they do in around town. They do things without anyone knowing, and it really does make a big difference. So thank you to them. What?
I don't know if David was listening. He's-
I don't know if he is.
He usually is, I'm sure he is, sure he is, he appreciates it.
And speaking of DPW, we had our chili cook-off yesterday. We had 20 chefs and they were very different chefs than last year. Most of them were actually different chefs, which is amazing. And I will say that one of our DPW chefs, or only DPW, chef, he won.
Yeah.
So he was amazing.
It was
He got more
delicious.
votes than anyone. He beat the police sergeant, he beat residents, he beat people who thought that they are chefs in their own right. We also did-
Restaurants, no?
What? No, well, there was.
We had a professional category stuff this year.
So, and the fried grill category, there were two businesses that participated, but 3 chilies, one business, the people who bought the Wolf Manor put in 2 chilies, one is their one they have on the menu, and one was a new one, and the new one won the professional category. We sold t-shirts, we had drinks, there were kids activities, it really was a great event, we still have some leftover t-shirts, so we're gonna put them up so people can buy them. We don't have the end right, but we raised a couple $1,000s for the fire department, but it was also a very fun event, and this year it wasn't raining and freezing. It was 75 in October, so that was great. Yesterday morning was also the breast cancer walk that the Hillsdale and the Wood Lake Fire Department did. Police, sorry, yes, I apologize. They raised over $7,000 for breast cancer research. It was great. ShopRite had snacks. We went through both Hillsdale and Wood Lake. I don't know how many walkers they had, but it was a slow roll of 2.5 miles, but it really was great to see the community out. And I know that the Hillsdale Police Department is going to try and make this an annual event in the month of October, which is great. The other thing that we have to talk about is e-bikes. We talked about it in closed session. We're gonna work with our neighboring communities to look at what ordinances they are working on, to see what we can come up to have all of the towns working together to help keep e-bikes safe and keep people on them safe. The 250th anniversary of the American Revolution is 2026. We applied for a grant for speakers and other revolutionary activities for the month, so we worked on it coordinating with our local towns to see, so the towns can work together, so if we all apply for the grant, we can do different things in different towns. We're still looking for more locations for our film ready, we have a bunch now, but that has to be uploaded, but we're looking for more if anyone has anything that they think is film worthy. And the last thing is voting begins on the 25th at the Tice Senior Center for everyone. There's a ballot box there. And you can vote from the 25th to the 2nd, not on the 3rd, and then on the 4th on election day. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Stern.
Yeah, knowing last does have benefits, I don't have much to report, I was gonna chime in about voting.
Yeah, go for it.
Just remember that local elections have consequences, so please go out there and vote for the candidate of your choice.
Thank you.
That's it? Okay. Very good. Engineers report is in your package, administrators report, best practices.
Yeah, really quick on the voting, Monday through Saturdays, it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The in-person early voting, Sundays only 10 to 6, just so that everybody has that. As some of you have been here before know, the state puts out a best practices survey / questionnaire that they tie to our financial aid package based on our score. We have obviously completed our questionnaire in the time, and I'm happy to report that we did achieve a score of 39, which means that no aid, whatever aid we're gonna get, will be withheld. So I want to thank Debbie, our CFO, a couple of other department heads who assisted so that we can make sure that this was completed on time. The only other thing I have, Mayor, sent in the packet today, you're voting on the handbook, the personnel manual. That's done every 2 years, that the JIF mandates that's been updated with the new requirements that the JIF has. So we've worked on that with our labor attorney and also with our labor committee, where we had an advanced copy of it. And unless anybody has any questions on any of the resolutions, that is my report.
Very good. Consent agenda, any questions on the consent agenda before we move on it? None, move to accept the consent agenda. Your second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
No opposed, motion passes. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And now she needs a picture.
Motion-
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
You picked a good meeting, usually they go with flowers.
There you
I'll-
go.
I'll- I'll-